Just wanted to talk, that's all.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back. Going to do a little bit of a vibe check today. Yankees fans seem rather stressed. The Yankees have lost 4 straight games, back-to-back shutouts. They've lost a couple of 1-0 games, and things are not looking good for the offense right now. The energy has been really low for almost a week. We've got a lot of guys that were red hot that have severely cooled off. You know, Ben Rice and Trent Grisham, these are guys who were very instrumental to the team's hot start this year, and they have really fallen off. Ben Rice is down to 229. Now, he has been unlucky, but, launch angle matters. You know, hitting a lot of line drives right at guys it'll look super unlucky, but elevate some of those balls. Maybe we'll get back into the seats. Trent Grisham has really fallen off. Paul Goldschmidt has cooled off. Last night, I thought Bellinger had a game-winning home run. I mean, he hit a couple of balls really well, but nothing to show for it. We had a comment that we should talk more about the baseballs and how the seams are slightly higher on the baseball this year, which I find absolutely ridiculous. I mean, why can't we get the standard baseball year in and year out? Every year it seems like we're fighting this, you know? We're fighting different baseballs. They're wound too tight. They're not as tight. They're higher seams, lower seams. They're too slick. They're not slick enough. I mean, I can't keep up. Let's get a standardized baseball and just kind of keep it the same year in and year out. We have a lot of new subscribers recently, but we also have some people who've been watching for years. And those of you who've been watching for years know that when the Yankees win, I go live after the show and I wear kind of a fun Uncle Sam hat. It's like a 4th of July, cheap, stupid $20 hat that I got off of Amazon. And I got like 10 of them. Here's one back here, and there's another one. The actual one is hanging on a hook up here. I get a different one each year because they get gross inside. And you can't really wash them because they're cardboard. And so maybe when I retire, if I don't die in office here, maybe I'll have a giveaway, and we'll give away some sweat-stained fun hats. Anyway, it's got many names: the fun hat, the victory hat, the Uncle Sam hat, like the devil. Many, many different names for this hat. And anyway, this morning I was cleaning up my office here, and I noticed that the victory hat was actually collecting dust. It was actually getting dusty. So I had to clean it off, but would be nice if the victory hat would not collect dust because the Yankees would win, once in a while. It feels like it's been forever, but really it's been since Thursday when they won against KC. So 4 straight. They lost on Friday in the Garrett Crochet game, the Judge home run game. They lost on Saturday and Sunday, and then last night, 1-0 in extra innings. Listen, I don't think they're going to flush the American League East right now, but it's getting closer than you would like it to be. Every team goes through stretches like this throughout the year. The Angels recently swept the Dodgers, which nobody expected. These things happen. And I'm trying to do a better job this year of not being as reactionary after losses and not being as high after wins and as low after losses. Just try and keep a steady pace because, it gets exhausting to be super high and then super low and go back and forth and to be down for what could be weeks at a time when you know what's going to happen. I'm just trying to mentally prepare myself for it and kind of keep on an even keel. And that's what I'm trying to give my audience. That's the vibe I'm trying to put out there to my audience. Stay cool. We're going to be all right. Right? When I was just a fan and not a podcaster who was in front of people after every single game, it didn't really matter how low I got or how high I got. I have to remain steady, though. So that's why I'm trying to kind of, back you guys off the ledge a little bit. So, we've seen this before. The Yankees will be okay. This too shall pass. Lori C says, no dust allowed on the fun hat. I got to update all my sounds. I've only got like 2 sounds. I got win, loss. I've got the great answer, which is, this thing. I've got the run. And I've got the applause. I've got like so many sounds that I haven't added since I rebuilt the show. And I'm trying to rebuild everything to be slicker. You know, you got to keep up with current trends, right? I mean, I saw that Apple liquid glass came out, and I was like, dang, that's a really cool idea. So I went ahead and kind of rebuilt the show in that vein, kind of rounded corners on everything, some see-through, just kind of trying to make it feel different. So like if you change the backdrop, so for instance, if I decided I wanted to go with Yankee Stadium at dusk, you see how it changes? It becomes kind of translucent. That's what I was going for. And I mean, so far it looks pretty good. I mean, I can change. This is a Yankee Stadium exterior shot, and then we got the standard city shot. And I'm going to add more things in just so that we can kind of keep it fresh on every scene. But anyway, sorry if you guys don't really care about the minute details of designing a podcast, but it's part of the reason I love doing this. It's part of the things that I find fun. So let's talk little Yankees baseball, shall we?
Good morning. It's Joe from Jersey. I have a question for you. This is my biggest pet peeve in baseball. Hitting the first pitch, swinging on the first pitch when the bases are loaded and there's 2 outs. Okay? A couple weeks ago against Yamamoto, Wells did it. Now, do you blame the manager? I mean, work the count. Shouldn't someone say, hey, work the count, kid? I mean, you have 4 ways to get on base. Hit by a pitch, a wild pitch, a pass ball, or a walk. I mean, I don't understand. Can you elaborate on this? Yamamoto, a couple weeks ago, could not find the strike zone. Last night, there's no reason to swing at the first pitch. You're going to get something ahead. So walk in and run. Why does everybody need to be the hero? And who's responsible for this?
I appreciate the call. So you're absolutely right that the strategy in baseball has somewhat shifted over the years. You know, it used to be that you wanted to make the pitcher work and try and put pressure on the pitcher with the bases loaded in that situation. The intention was to get them to groove a fastball, like you said. But there's a couple of things that have changed. One, the way hitters have been trained to hit has kind of changed. They're hunting zones now, especially with fastballs. So if you see something there, it's almost reflexive to swing at certain pitches at certain times. And, you know, you don't have as much time to make a decision these days because guys throw harder. You know, guys throwing 98, 99 miles an hour, it can be really difficult to lay off some of these things. And getting a guy to throw a fastball isn't always a sure thing deep into counts anymore. Guys are throwing all sorts of pitches, all sorts of spin, change up, air benders, everything at all counts these days. It's very, very tricky. And, I mean, look, the thing that bothers me is when someone swings at a slider or a breaking pitch early in the count in a hitting situation, because then you're just kind of giving in to the pitcher, right? You're taking what the pitcher's giving you instead of forcing the action. But it's easy for us to comment from the sidelines. I say all the time that he should have done this, he should have done that. But it's really hard. I mean, there's how many billion people on the planet right now? What, like 8 billion people? Right? I mean, and only about 750 of them are Major League Baseball players. This is a very small group of human beings that can do what these guys do. And I think sometimes we criticize them with incredulity. Like, how can you swing at the first pitch when we don't realize how hard it is to do this and how hard it is to lay off of certain pitches and how little reaction time you have? I remember going up to hit in high school against this kid named Jason Nabergall. And you can look him up. He was a top draft pick, ended up going to Georgia Tech. He was a guy who threw 100+ miles an hour. And I remember getting in there to hit and thinking, all right, I'm going to start my swing early because, and then all of a sudden it's in there. I was like, wow, okay, that gets on you quick. And the next one, all right, I'm going to be ready for this. Ooh, yeah, that got in there quick too. And before you know it, it's 0-2. And then he threw me a changeup, and I actually was still late on it, and I hit a ground ball. But, you know, we think it's super easy, but it's very, very difficult. Hitting a baseball, any professional athlete will tell you it's the hardest thing to do in sports. So, but you're right. The thing I loved about those 90s teams was that they were grinders. You know, they would make the pitcher work early in the game and tack on runs here and there. You know, by the 5th or 6th inning, they already had a couple of sac flies. You know, they would get the pitcher out of the game and try and pull away so that every game wasn't do or die. You know, and you give Mariano a 3-run lead, and it was pretty much over. These days, we don't have that luxury. This team doesn't score in that way. You pretty much have to be mashing the baseball. And when you go through these team slumps where everybody's cool at the same time, you can look really bad. Got to call about our young players.
Hi, Derek. It's Jack again. Yes, you are so right. They need to come off the edge. They're in first place. It's almost time for the All-Star break for the tired players to get a small reset. Aaron Judge, he can't carry the team every game. He needs help. Plus, there's another thing that they haven't put into the mix. A lot of the players that are playing, they're young. They're developing. Yes, they'll make mistakes, but that's baseball. Thanks. I love your show.
Appreciate the call. Yeah. I think sometimes we expect these young players to be finished products right away. But like they always say, development is not linear. And even when you do fully develop, you're not going to come through every time. I mean, look at Aaron Judge. He is the greatest player in the world. Definitely the best hitter in the world. And even he has stretches where he doesn't get a hit. And even he has stretches where he doesn't come up in a big spot. Or doesn't come through in a big spot. That's life. That's baseball. It's a difficult game. If you fail 75% of the time, you're average. If you fail 70% of the time, you're elite. So, I mean, I agree with you. The Earl of Demise pointing out that, here's the thing, it's becoming consistent every summer. 122 and 127 over June, July, and August dating back to 2022. The problem is becoming a trend. I appreciate the chat, and you're absolutely right. We talked about this on a pregame show, maybe a week ago, that, the Yankees needed to avoid the June swoon. And you were looking at this month as a potential soft spot. I mean, you got LA's not that good. Baltimore's beatable. Cincinnati's beatable. The Athletics are bad. I mean, you beat KC 3 in a row. All you really needed to do was take one game in Boston and then 2 out of 3, maybe 3 out of 4 from the Angels, 2 out of 3 from Baltimore. And all of a sudden, you're not going to have a bad month, right? But getting swept by Boston, losing to the Angels last night, all of a sudden, you're staring down the barrel of a tough June. But here's another call.
Ted from Brooklyn again. What's up with these guys? They don't know how to play winning baseball. Years ago, Torrey and Zimmer used to sit these guys down in the dugout and talk to them about strategy, how to play the game the right way. The Dynasty Yankees were all great. They were all clutch from top to bottom. We don't have any clutchness on this team. We have Stanton clutch and everybody else pot luck. Someone has to go. Chisholm, Volpe, Rice, Dominguez. We need a pitcher and a reliever. And they're going to be asking.
Well, the problem in the last few days, to stop you right there, has not been the pitching or the relief pitching. The starting pitching has been phenomenal. It's been terrific. The relief pitching has been okay. I mean, no huge problems. The problem has been the offense. The problem has been that the bats are dragging. I want to show you the stats. I'm going to put up the stats. We've got a lot of guys now hitting under 250. Wells hitting 220. I still am a believer in batting average. I know not everybody does. I know some people think it's a stupid stat. I think it matters. OPS matters too, but I like consistent hits. Wells hitting 220. Chisholm hitting 225, though we did have 3 hits last night. Volpe hitting 241. Cabrera out for the season, doesn't matter. Dominguez down to 236. Grisham down to 243. He was hitting like 310 for first 2 months of the year. Judge has lost 23 points in the last couple of weeks, hitting 377. Ben Rice, 229. Cody Bellinger, 247. Peraza hitting 160. I mean, when you play him, you're basically putting in a pitcher to play third base. LeMahieu, 250. Escara, 230. Vivas not on the team right now. Reyes gone. Stanton hitting 500, baby. Yeah, so I'm not blaming this at all on the pitchers, but we've got to get some better offense going. Goldschmidt has fallen all the way to 309. He was in about 350 for a long time, so his average has fallen 40 points. Guys are regressing to the mean. That's what that's called. Got a call from Connor.
Derek, what's up, bro? Connor from New Jersey again. Love your show as always. What is going on? Every year, It's like clockwork with this team and Aaron Boone at the helm. They always struggle every single time at this time of year. And then, no luck. Bellinger, I thought, walked it off with that 3-run shot. The ball just getting past Jazz at third. I mean, awful. And then Clark Schmidt having the game of his life, and they
Great
can't
game.
score for him. I don't know what we're going to do, but we need to do something fast.
What you got to do is win. That's all you got to do. And as Boone says, it's right there in front of us. All you got to do is win the next few games. It changes the momentum. Got to hit. An injection of energy would be nice, but I'm not sure where it comes from. I mean, Stanton came in last night, injected some energy, but you got to have somebody else to, like, you know, to help feed off of it. I mean, if he was getting those hits with guys on base, yeah, it would be all right. You got to have more guys on base, more hits. Quick word from Car Gurus, and then back we got 2 more voicemails.
Todd Father and I are from Jersey, so we're used to, oh, I got a guy. But sometimes that just means when I'm looking for a car, I go to Car Gurus.
Yeah, and I think, honestly, the best part about this is communication, which we love here in Jersey where we're from. And this is a place where you can get a car. The price drops all the time, and they let you know. They let you know when your car is ready and when you can get it. The communication part is the best thing for me, Scott.
Agreed. In-depth vehicle reviews. Car Gurus will connect you with trusted dealerships when you're ready, ensuring a transparent and hassle-free buying process with over 4 million listings. They have more car listings than any other major online automotive marketplace in the U.S., so you can find the best deal. Buy or sell your next car today with Car Gurus at cargurus.com. Go to cargurus.com to make sure your big deal is the best deal. That's cargurus.com. cargurus.com.
All right. All right, so tonight, we got Will Warren on the mound. I'm just going to pull up the baseball theater page for this one. We got Kyle Hendricks going against Will Warren. And Yankees 42-29. Could be worse. Angels 34-37. Yankees should win this game. Kyle Hendricks 4-6, 5.20 ERA. Warren 4-3. Pitched really well last time out, 4.86 ERA. But again, it's going to come down to the offense. Quick call about Boone.
We're never going to win a championship with this man again. Never. I guarantee you, never. This guy is the fucking worst. Why he didn't bun gas in the 9th inning? He's a fucking moron.
I typically don't play the calls that have a lot of expletives, but expletives. I typically don't play them because, like, I try and keep it mostly a family show, but you know, I feel like there's a lot of people who are feeling that way today, so I just wanted to let it play. Here's Raekwon.
This is Raekwon calling. As an offense, we scored only 5 runs in our last 5 games. And when you look at this game tonight against the Angels, this was a winnable game.
Absolutely.
We've had opportunities throughout the game to drive in some runs. You look back at the 9th inning, you know, we thought it was momentum. Stanton, a double. Dominguez, you're making outs on the bases. That's not good. And then guys have to know, like, they're going to take the bat out of Judge's hands. So you guys got to take that personal. Belly should have took that personal, but he didn't.
Appreciate the call. Listen, there's no way past it but through it. You got to just figure out a way to score some runs. If that means bunting, if that means hit and run, if that means juggling the lineup. I think the lineup is too different every day. I think that's a problem. I mean, you look at teams like the Dodgers, right? They run the same guys out there. Now, granted, they're like superstars, but I think getting into a consistent rhythm is important, and players will tell you it's important, right? You don't have to take my word for it. Players want to be in a routine, and when you disrupt that routine daily, I think it really causes problems. It really does. So we'll be back after the game tonight. Angels-Yankees, game 2 of a 4-game set. Feel free to call in for the post-game show, and we'll see you on the flip side. If you made it this far, do us a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and join our community. You can also be a part of the show by calling in at 718-899-1068. Also, part of the way that we maintain and fund all of this is through NYYDesigns.shop. Check it out now. Get all sorts of fun Yankees merch, hats, hoodies, zip-ups, beanies, mugs, you name it. We've got it. Check it out, NYYDesigns.shop. And check out Pinstripe Territory on all your favorite podcast platforms. We are the official Yankees podcast of the Foul Territory Network. We're here for post-game shows after every single game, and we're here before a lot of games to talk about the game, preview the lineup, the pitching matchups, and things like that. And we're here all off-season to talk about the latest in Yankees rumors, news, etc. Join our community. We'll see you next time.